Hello again, Kaiser Soze here, Maximum Carnage, and just before the replays are reset, as within a couple of days, most of them are not available anymore. I wanted to be able to catch a couple of really good Go Hogs or GoHos here that were done. The first one is by Diggy, so I'm just going to pause it. Go over just the basics again real quickly so people can understand. The point of the kill squad is to be able to take out the enemy archer queen here on this base, to path them through potentially where double giant bomb sets could be in any spaces where giant bombs could exist. In this way, keeping the hogs protected, and so when they get there, the double giant bombs are already set off by your kill squad, and then at the same time to take care of the clan castle. And then what you want to do is basically punch a hole, a nice chunk in the base, and then start lining up your hogs so they go in beside the kill squad, and then either travel clockwise or counterclockwise around like a letter C shape that goes around the hole that you've created by punching in your kill squad when you had got the archer queen and the clan castle. So we'll just let this run here. This is a fresh attack by Diggy on the base. So you can see he's entering right at 9 o'clock. So normally it's better to go in and along a flat wall. But entering right at 9 o'clock, although it's on a corner, he does a great job of making sure that the funnel keeps everything going to the middle. Puts down a jump after the wall breakers. The clan castle's coming out. And he puts down a poison to be able to slow it down while the wizards and the archer queen engage. I'm just going to pause here. So he knows that the clan castle is being engaged. The enemy archer queen is in the mix and has gone down already. The troops are strong in pathing, so he doesn't want to waste any time, and he puts the hogs in. Now, you'll notice he doesn't put the hogs in on the opposite side where they could split and some go north and some go south. He's put them right alongside where his kill squad is, knowing that afterwards they're going to have to travel around clockwise on this particular base, which gives him a better idea of where the hogs are going to be and makes it much, much better when it comes to being able to place and deploy heal spells to keep those hogs up. So a couple of hogs here going a little bit south. You can see the additional hogs that he's put in at the north end, but all of them now are traveling up together in the north, and they're staying together for the most part in a nice compact group that makes it easy to know the location, the best location to be able to deploy and put down spells. He's not having to make decisions about which hogs to heal. He's got a pre-heal down in the area where a giant bomb was, which works out beautifully. The remainder of the hogs are trailing. The front line there is taking out the Teslas, and you can see from the number of hogs he's got, it was just a complete and utter overkill on this base. He's got his queen up, still with her ability, still with full health. He's got wizards on the opposite side of the map doing some cleanup to be able to come around and help out the hogs, which is also a big deal. So on this particular attack, everything went exceptionally well. And it wasn't a matter of luck, and it wasn't a matter of chance. It's not just simply deploying troops and letting it go. This is directly a result of Jay putting in all of his troops with a great plan and being able to track and understand what the pathing of hogs is and make sure that as much as possible they're able to stay in a group. So the other attack that I'm going to show is replay number 2 from Chaser. So this, along the same lines, I'm just going to pause. The point of the kill squad is to get to the enemy archer queen, take her out, deal with the enemy clan castle, take that out, path the kill squad through potential spaces where double giant bombs could be. So this is not a fresh attack. So he knows that there is a double giant bomb set on the bottom. The other one is up here on the top. So to get to the archer queen, it makes perfect sense to be able to just go in the south, kill the enemy archer queen down low, and by doing that, his kill squad is going to meet and be with the archer queen. He just needs to make sure to create a funnel, and you can see there's a natural funnel on this side. There's no trash, so he only needs to worry about taking out a few buildings here to make sure that everything is going to push into the middle, which is really helpful as well. Then he's going to start deploying his hogs. So let's run it and see what he does. And coming in from the south here, he's going to put in some golems, and because there's very little trash, The big point and object here, you could see this mortar that has been distracted by the golem that's been placed. Anytime you see mortars or whiz towers, you always want to make sure that you account for that. Make sure a golem goes down, and then you want to put wall breakers somewhere else. So now he's putting in some wall breakers. Even though the Tesla pops, it pops naturally later, and it's unable to be able to take care of the wall breakers themselves. He's got to jump down, forces the golems forward, sets off the double giant bombs. The clan castle is coming out. He's got a poison while they're engaged, just to slow down the attack speed of the dragon and the loons that are in there, while his wizards and his archer queen take care of it. So he's got this group that's entered here. And again, where does his group enter? His group is not entering at 12 o'clock where there's defenses all around. His hogs are placed beside the kill squad to make them rotate around the base. Again, could be either clockwise or counterclockwise. But he's put the troops in such a way to ensure that the pathing of the hogs is understood, and he's better able to track them to know where to be able to place the heal spells. So he still has his archer queen up, still has some wizards that are doing some damage, and that's great. I mean, not only is it part of the cleanup, but they're punching a hole, and you can see the crossbow, it's being distracted. So where that other double giant bomb is at the top, he's laying down heals. He's got the first one down. Now he's put the second one, so he had that area pre-healed, knowing that the hogs would not trigger that at the same time. He's also kept a group of hogs to be deployed once that double giant bomb area is triggered. He knows that that's a dangerous area on the map, so because it's a dangerous area on the map, he doesn't want to have all of his hogs in and then wait. So now, once all the defenses are down, you can see the pack of Larrys that are chasing those skellies, or chasing the hogs. The hogs then turn on them. Once all the defenses are gone, then they can take out the skeletons, and now it's just a matter of cleanup. And again, his hogs are on one side, so he puts down any remaining whiz that he's got, and you always want to keep a few for cleanup on the opposite side of the map. Then it's just a matter now where nothing can kill it. It's, you know, a race against the clock, so to speak. And although only 5 seconds exist on this replay, he had much, much more time than that. It was, again, a nice overkill on that base, and it wasn't luck. The reason for the overkill was nothing more than solid planning and then solid deployment. There's a lot of things to pay attention to when you have to rage the king, deal with the royal cloak ability on your archer queen, deploy hogs, watch where your heal spells are. There's a lot of stuff that's going on, so getting practice with this is good. But the basic strategies for successful attacks when it comes to most hog attacks are the same. There's different ways to deploy hogs. You can go surgical in some maps, or some bases really call for that. But in standard bases, deploying them in groups gives more damage per second, prevents a spring trap from throwing them off course, so to speak, and leaving a defense on its own, and allows you to be able to better path those and get those heals down. So when a base calls for it and looks good for this type of attack, that is what you do to be able to deploy it in such a way that you have the best opportunity to be able to 3-star the base. You just follow that, and you follow along with doing those same things base after base, and you're going to be much more successful than not. 2 great attacks by Chaser and Diggy in that last war that we had. And I just wanted to make sure that those were showcased, because they're really good learning tools for people who are trying to develop their own strategies for GoHo. And when you want to be able to deploy those hogs, literally, those are 2 textbook examples of how to be able to do it. All right, Kaiser Soze, Maximum Carnage, more to follow.